What's up, 49er faithful? It's your boy Chili Will, and welcome to the 49er Street Squad. Man, I can't even get that out. I'm here in Denver right now, and I mean, just get off the plane not too long ago, checked in with my family, I'm all ready for this Denver weekend, brother. We're going to be doing some fun stuff, man, with the faithful. I know the faithful going to come rolling up in here probably Thursday and Friday this weekend. And, man, we're going to be ready to set Denver on fire, bro. It's going to be something else. But listen, we got a lot to talk about, guys, man. A lot happening. Just came off a great big win off of Seattle. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to get into next Sunday's games. It's going to be Sunday night games. So it was a primetime game against, guess who? Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos, right? So we got to get into it. Welcome to the show. And I got to bring in my co-host, man. I want to welcome my man. Oh, hold on. I almost clicked myself out of here. Shoot. Bring my man, Niner Rio from Ballers Club Life, man. What's up, man? Niner Rio's in the house. How you doing, sir?
What's up, Chili Will? How's it going?
Oh, it's going good, man. Thanks for joining us today. I got a special guest with us today, man. I'm really excited about, I've been wanting to get this man on the program for a while because, again, he's always showing his love for the Niner faithful, and the San Francisco 49ers, and he's doing great music. But I want to bring in my man, I the Niner. He's in the house with us.
What's going on, Chili Will?
What's up, guys? How you doing? All right, finally got you on the show, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hey, I like that. Man. I like that chain, man. I need that chain.
Oh, he's got some sick chains, man. He's rapping. He's got his stuff out there.
See, I got the little chain. I got the little chain. You know what I'm saying?
Whipping out his little chain. Representing. I know that's a nice chain, man. You know what, Rio? He's just celebrating a birthday. Last weekend we had a meet and greet at the Metro City, right?
In Metro City, Maine. Yeah, Sunnyvale.
Okay. Yeah, and it was a great, fun party, man. I mean, the faithful out, helped celebrating my man's birthday. We had a DJ Maniacal on the turntable, man. He's, putting out the great music, and man, it was great vibes, bro. Too bad you couldn't be out here. Enjoy that.
Hey, coming soon.
Oh yeah. What home game? You plan on coming to one of the home games this year?
Yeah, I'm thinking about coming out to one of the home games. I'm not sure which one, but I got access to tickets. I got a buddy, a coworker that he has season tickets, and he said anytime I want to come down, he'll let me come through.
Oh, so. That's good. Oh, awesome.
Let me know too. We can tailgate.
Oh yeah, definitely. We all got to hook up. It'd be definitely, yeah.
Oh yeah, we definitely gonna get together, man. We definitely gonna get together. But yeah, we have a lot to get into, man. But real quick, that's not crazy here. But I want to get into a couple of questions with my man, I the Niner, on the show. Again, welcome to the show, my brother. And
thank you.
Like I said, you're always doing great and wonderful things. The 49er faithful. A lot of us are very familiar with your music, and everything. And so I just wonder if you could just kind of take the time right now just to talk to everybody and just, tell a little story about how and when did you become a 49er faithful? Like what attracted you to be a Niner fan?
I've been a Niner fan pretty much my whole life. I mean, the earliest memories I had was when I was about 5 years old. Me and my pops used to watch Sunday night before Sunday football games and wake me up super early for the 10 o'clock or 1 o'clock games. And we would have a bowl of cornflakes and some bread with some mayonnaise on there. Watch the games ever since I was like 5 years old. And that's pretty much how I was raised a Niner fan throughout my whole life. And then around 7 years old is when my uncle started really taking me to games in Candlestick, since like I think 87, 88, 89, somewhere around that area is when the first games I've ever been to. And I've been a Niner fan since, diehard faithful.
Oh man, wonderful. So tell me real quick, like who are some of your, would you say some of your favorite players, as you were a Niner fan over the years? I mean, obviously you got a few, I'm sure, but who would you say some of your all-time greats that you've always enjoyed?
I mean, Eric Wright, back in the 80s and stuff, he's actually a really good friend of mine. I've known him for about 15 years now. And
he was at your party too, right?
Yeah, he was at my party. I made sure that he came. A little background about that is he's actually a head sales manager for a lumber company up here. And I'm in construction, so I've been ordering lumber for him for about 15 years now. And I see him from time to time. He'll come over and visit me. And we went out to lunch a couple months ago, and I said, Eric, I'm having a meet and greet. You got to come. And he goes, oh, let's see what's up, Ray. I'll see what's going on. And then I hit him up last Monday, and I was like, Eric, you're coming, right? And he goes, oh, I don't know if I can make it. I said, hey, check this out. So since I've been buying lumber for you for 15 years, if you don't do it, I'm taking my business elsewhere. So now you have to come. So he's like, all right.
And he did.
His birthday, so he did that, that cool trip for us, and was able to stop by and hang out with Faithful there at the meet and greet that we had.
Yeah, that was really cool. When DJ Monaco had mentioned Eric Wright's in the building, I was like, Eric Wright, what? Looking around, I was like, where? You know what I'm saying? I gotta get a picture with my boy here. It
was nice.
He was one of the original OGs. You know what I'm saying? With Ronnie Lott back in the days. I think weren't they almost drafted together? I think the same year or close to the same year.
I think it was the year before. I think it was Eric Wright then Ronnie Lott, wasn't it?
Was it? I can't remember. I meant to shoot, man. Look that up, man. I have to find out. I got my computer here, but usually if I have my other team guys on here, I can tell them, hey, man, check that out, man. We'll see what year who got here first, But Eric Wright was holding it down, man. He's always been a great cornerback for the Niners, back in the 80s, man. He held it down really good.
I mean, watching him, Ronnie Lott, Randy Cross was another one that they used to watch play. Center for Joe Montana. I mean, he was just a beast back in the day.
Now, let me ask you this question. You know Randy Cross? Are you familiar with him?
Yeah, I talk to him every once in a great while on Instagram.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Is he still out here in California?
No, he moved out to the East Coast. He's somewhere on the East Coast and stuff, but his passion is barbecuing, so he's always posting like barbecue pictures. Like, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Does he still rep the Niners?
I don't know. I mean, most of his posts are about food and his family, so I couldn't really tell you. So we'll chop it up, and then every time I'll post something, for him and stuff, and tag him in it and stuff. And we'll chop it up. They tell me a little bit about some of the 80s games and stuff they're integrating. So pretty cool.
Yeah, Randy Cross. He's always been one of the greats. Also, it's funny you brought him up because in Chicago, when we had the Nine Invasion party down there at Sluggers, Bryant, who actually works with the Niners, I guess he had brought a bunch of, like signed jerseys of just everybody, and he's, he has them in a box. He's just kind of chucking them out to people, it wasn't like a raffle or nothing. He's just throwing them out,
Wow.
He threw one jersey up and hit the top of the ceiling, right? And it dropped down right about in front of me. So I'm a tall guy, so I was able to just kind of jump up and kind of snatch the jersey. I didn't know who it was. And I looked on the back, and it was Randy Cross's jersey. It was a signed jersey by Randy Cross. I was like, oh, man, that's cool.
He didn't sign very much either. That's kind of rare when you find Randy Cross, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was kind of like, I was surprised. I was like, I didn't know what jersey. He's kind of chucking them out there, so no one knew what numbers or who, whose jerseys they was, throwing out there to get that was signed. So, I was lucky to grab that one, and walk out the building. I was like, yeah, give me a Randy Cross jersey, cool, So that was pretty fun, man. It was pretty fun. But we're gonna get into some more. I got some more questions for you and stuff. But what I want to do right now is just kind of pivot, get into this game of Seattle. The 49ers took it to these boys finally. Like they was pounding on these stats really good. You know what I'm saying? But great win, but it came with a big cost, man.
Yeah, Lance.
We lost our boy Trey Lance, man, and that was shocking. I didn't. You know what? I remember he ran that play. Right, and I kind of turned around and I don't know what I was doing, but then someone said, "Oh, some Niner player went down." I turned around, I was like, "What? Who was that?" And then I heard somebody say Trey's name, and I thought, "Oh no, don't tell me Trey's hurt," And he was, and we all knew once he was laying there for a good while, it was serious. I actually thought he, took a concussion at first. And, that's why he was like knocked out, because he was laying there for a long while. But then you could see them looking at his foot, his leg, and I thought, oh, no, don't tell me he got like an ACL. Then people saying, oh, he got an ACL, MCL, whatever. I'm going, oh, man, I'm going to lose our boy for the season. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it was hard, man. It was hard to see our boy go down.
I had a lot of faith in Trey Lance this coming up season. I mean, like most of my Niner songs right now or about Trey, you know.
Yeah.
I was on the other side of the field, and everybody's like, "Oh, he's knocked out." I'm like, "Really?" I couldn't see because I was on the other side in the end zone. But
Yeah, there was a lot of people kind of crowd around him at first. So I was even trying to look, and just get my best shot, see what happened. And then now then you see the guy coming out with the stretcher, the little truck. I'm like, oh, this is not good. And then I'm like, really worried. When the stretcher comes out, bro, you're like, oh damn. Now I know for sure he's out for the year. I don't know what happened, but I know he's out.
On the bright side, they said that he might only be out until week 14. I mean, pretty much the whole season, but there's a possibility he could come back for the last couple of
games. You know what? Kyle Shanahan pretty much shot that down today. I think in one of the interviews, he was like, he goes, he's done for the season. He's not coming back, So we got our boy, Antonio's, I think, checking in with us, man. He's I don't think he's in yet, but he's coming in locked in. Oh, he's coming in live. Let's get Antonio on in here real quick. Antonio, what's up, bro? Can you hear us? He's trying to go live, but I think he's on his cell phone. I don't know if he can hear us. Can you hear us okay? What's up? You must be still downtown in San Francisco.
It's like where in the world is Antonio Alvarello?
He's in the city, man. He's got a lot of things going on. He told me, he might try to check in if he could, but he's coming in live from his phone right now. Your microphone, we can't hear you, Mike. Can't hear you. He's probably looking for the switch. Look for the microphone switch. It's right there. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, nod your head and go yes. He's trying to get on. Oh, okay. Maybe he'll try back. I don't know. Maybe he'll try back. But I know he's in the city, man, because he, he's was working and stuff, and I know he had a lot going on. So he told me, he said, I'll try to get on if I can, man. Try to join you guys. So I said, brother, don't worry about it. I said, if you can make it, you can make it. But if not, we'll try again. Let me see. He trying again. Can you hear me? Antonio, can you hear me? Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you a little bit. The voice is really low. Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? Okay. Yeah, it sounds like a real bad connection. I don't know if you can hear it, but yeah. But if you want, you can sit in and listen if you want. I don't know if you can hear us, but hopefully you can. But we got either Niner in the house. We got Niner Rio in here. Getting ready to talk about Trey Lance and what happened on that play. And I know you had a lot to say about that because me and you were talking about it when it happened during the game, and it was a big blow. It was a big blow for all the faithful to see him go down like that. I mean, I think everybody felt that. But I was gonna my first question though to you guys is. Many 49 faithful are very upset with Kyle for using Trey to run the ball and feel it's his fault for the injury. How does that sit with you guys? And I'll Nana Rhea, I'll let you go ahead and give us your take on that.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Trey running the ball because that was the big hype about Trey is that now we got someone that can run and pass. Mm-hmm. So we can open up the offense. We could do things. Because remember back in the days, like I'm wearing my Kaepernick jersey right now. So, remember back in the days with Kaepernick, how that, opened us up.
You ran the ball a lot.
Yeah, we had fun with that. So I think that, Kyle, that was his plan. He was excited. He had a shiny new toy, you know what I mean? And he was ready to use it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I mean, we got people like Lamar Jackson and them that's, running, doing their thing. What's the big deal if we have Trey Lance running? It just happens. It just happens.
Yeah. Niner, what's your take on that, man? How'd you feel? And, personally for you, how did it hit you?
Yeah, it hit me pretty hard. I mean, you got this new starting rookie quarterback, right? And you want to have good things come out of him and stuff. And And sure, you want to see what he could do for running the ball, but I thought it was a little too soon. I mean, the first couple of possessions, it's the typical West Coast offense that Shanahan does. You run it first and second, and then you want to give him a chance to throw it on third. But the way he looked in training camp, why don't you just let him throw the ball? And then,
Right.
get them on their defense and stuff, and then do a run play here and there. It was too predictable, and Seattle was ready for it. And it's the way that I saw it, come out, watching the replays and highlights and everything. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I pretty much agree with you guys. I mean, I don't blame. I don't. I'm not. I don't blame Kyle for this. I mean, like Nina Rio said, there's a lot of quarterbacks in this league that run a lot with the ball. Just like you said, Jackson from Baltimore. I mean, that's all he does. He pretty much takes out with the ball all the time. He's about 70% of the offense for that team. And then I was watching Monday Night Football. Seen Jalen Hurt run for a touchdown.
I was going to talk about that. You remember that was my pick to the team to watch for was the Eagles. Remember I said that first show. But I want to say something real quick. People get upset with the fact that Trey, that Kyle was running Trey, but nobody gets mad that we run Debo all the time. Debo's not a running back.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was one of Debo's gripes. During the off season. So, I mean, you got to understand is that Kyle, he likes to mix it up like that. And having Trey gives him that option that he didn't have with Jimmy G.
But in the end, it's football. I mean, you can't predict if a player's going to get hurt on a player.
Correct.
It is what it is. It's full contact sport. And if a player gets hurt, but we just got to move on. That's why we have other players. It's a team effort. It's not one person anyway.
That's why we had the insurance policy.
Correct. I mean, the defense is killer this year. I mean, hopefully, Jimmy could work his magic. But any quarterback we have in there, being a diehard Niner faithful, we want you the best for your team, whatever quarterback, running back, or whoever's in the game.
Yeah, and I like what you said there, the Niner. I think as fans, I know, I think sometimes some fans get too caught up, with personal individuals of this team. But, when do we start respecting the logo, what we're about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to be, like you said, it's going to be, I mean, like Trey could have, I think even Kyle touched on it. He said, Trey could have sat there in the pocket, probably took a bad hit and could have got injured or a broken leg. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we could go way back in the days when what's his name from the Washington, when they were the Washington Redskins, Joe Theismann, when he broke his leg when
RG3 or Alex?
No, Joe Theismann. This was way back, bro. We're talking like 80. Yeah, when who was it? Lawrence Taylor, right? They rolled up on him and broke his leg, and they showed that on camera. It was like crack, That was gruesome, you know what I'm saying? So it's part of the game. You're gonna get hurt, no doubt. You're gonna break a bone or two, arm, leg. I mean, we see it all the time, unfortunately. And I think it was just a bad break, literally a bad break, losing Trey, in that injury. But I can't say I blame Coach Kyle for that. I would have liked to personally seen him use his. I mean, you got running backs, to run up through these holes and gaps. You should be using your running back. You got fullback, like Rio said, you got Debo back there. He's playing halfback and wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't have to expose your QB guy that much so soon, and let him get. I mean, this is his first real season taking over. Let him get the feel of the the NFL level and more before doing so. They were saying that apparently, when he didn't run that play, that somebody was saying that he should have waited a little bit longer to let it develop more. You know what I mean? Before, I guess, running it like this, he kind of took off too fast, and they got a clean hit on him. When he got tackled. So, but that's all part of learning. It's all part of learning the plays and knowing when to hit a lot of these holes and stuff, and when to break. It just comes with time, and unfortunately, he got hurt. Went down, and he's going to learn from it. Next time, he might think a little better and think like, hey, maybe I wait till the hole gets bigger or I get better blocks, and maybe I learn to slide a little better or something. I don't know, but he'll learn from it. He'll grow from it, and hopefully, it'll help make him be a much better quarterback in the future. I was going to ask you guys now. Real kind of came up with this question, but he said, no disrespect to Trey, but are we better with Jimmy G? And I'll let I the nine. I'll let you take that question. Do you think we're better with Jimmy G now? He done took over.
Time will tell. I mean, he's played with a lot of these players since 2019, 2018.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When he came on, he took us to the Super Bowl. He took us to the NFC Championship. I mean, it's the whole team right there. They look confident though once Jimmy G was in. I mean, he got back in rhythm. He gave us a great game. Our defense looked killer.
And he looked pretty good throwing that ball. I mean, a few times he did, not a lot, but his arm, because of the shoulder injury, he looked like he
that Ross Dwelly throw, that 51, 53 yards for the touchdown. Yeah. That was a nice throw right there. So
yeah, he
looked confident. He didn't look like he was in the 2020 season. He looked really good to my eyes, at least. My eye.
So, Rhea, how do you feel? We better off with Jimmy G, man? You feel comfy and, it's okay that he done stepped back and took over back the reins of the team?
I could say I feel like we are a very, very lucky team because we could have easily not had Jimmy G. I mean, he could have been gone. And boom.
Might have had Mr. Relevant out there.
We would have been in a situation because it could have been who knows what's going to happen with the backup quarterback. But going back to Trey Lance, so I know it's a very small sample size. A lot of people was judging him based off the rain game in Chicago. And we had this discussion before. This is a rookie in the rain, pouring rain in Chicago. There was a lot of pressure. I just didn't see how he was going to make it through. So there was a lot of people that felt nervous about Trey, and they didn't think that the Niners were going to be actually a playoff team this year because this was like sort of Trey's, learning time. But the problem is,
goal set to go to the Super Bowl.
Well, there was some people that was thinking Super Bowl, but in reality, they knew that he's a rookie. Mm-hmm. But everything changed when Jimmy G came back because we just came out of an NFC Championship. Let's be real, guys. And Jimmy G was at the helm. So why wouldn't people feel comfortable? They feel good. They feel like, okay, yeah, we were about to lose Jimmy G, and we were going to get ready to learn with Trey and grow with Trey. Mm-hmm. But it kind of feels good because our team is kind of built to win now. So it's kind of good to have somebody that knows the offense, and maybe he could get over the hump. And then the sky's the limit for him in the offseason, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So do you feel that Jimmy G can get this team over the hump? Do you think he can finally get past that NFC West Championship game, whoever we end up playing, and going to the Super Bowl? Do you think that's our guy?
I think we could do it with Jimmy G.
What about you, Aya the Niner? You feel?
I'm confident. I never hated Jimmy G. I love Jimmy G, and it was perfect timing. I mean, even though he had a surgery, I mean, nobody wanted him, right? He couldn't trade him, and I was like, he'd be a great, backup quarterback because he has the experience, he knows the offense, and he took Trey under his wing. Mm-hmm. So that was a great asset, just having him back, as a backup. I love that idea. Start with the rookie, and if the rookie's not doing all that great halfway during the season, pull him out and put your veteran in.
Yeah, I think I like the fact that, I mean, I agree with you guys. Glad we have Jimmy as backup quarterback. I mean, that was definitely a no-brainer. It was good that they re-signed him, gave him a new contract, but what I like is the fact that they put the incentives in there. So now that, now that he's playing, he actually has a little more of a, besides just playing the game to win, but there's incentives involved. So now he's thinking like, oh, if I can win this game, here's another, I don't know what, 300, 500,000 in his pocket, you know what I'm saying? That, with each game, so I think that would be a good motivational kind of thing for him to, shoot for, I mean? I would, for me, if I'm a quarterback, I'm thinking like, man,
Oh
I
yeah.
could probably make another $1 million, close to $1 million this next game. You know what I'm saying?
I
Because
can't remember what it was, but I think it was like if he plays more than 25% of snaps, he gets like 200 grand.
yeah,
And if you win the game, he gets like an extra $100,000. So he's
I had
potentially
that written down somewhere, but because of my, I'm on this trip and I
crazy.
kind of lost my notes. I
Yeah.
had, I wanted to talk about that, but yeah, it's looking good. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, why not capitalize on that? That's a good motivational factor, if you ask me. So I think that
Yeah.
might actually bring a lot of great talent out of Jimmy G, in these next few coming games, because it's like a personal challenge for him.
Yeah.
Every
Maybe
time
like
by 3 points, you got
100,000.
grand.
Yeah. Yeah, I said, man, damn, man, Jim, you racking up, brother. Because he had what, 16.5 million incentives or something.
Yeah.
If it all pans out, at the end of the day, hey, why not? That works out good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another question Rio came up with. He said, will this make Jimmy's stock shoot up if he has a winning season with the Niners? So if he wins the Super Bowl, do you think teams are going to be ready to snatch him up come that, next following season? And that's if the Niners decide to let him go.
There's nothing to say. I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see. That's. I mean, you can talk about rumors all day, but if he wins the Super Bowl, I'd hate to see him leave.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. I honestly feel. I mean, personally, for me, I think that I don't know. I think the Niners would be stupid to let him go. I mean, if he. Because this will be if he was to go to the Super Bowl this year, that would be his second one. And then, he had the NFC Championship game just the year before. So, I mean, how can you get rid of a guy like that and just be like, well, Jim, why don't you just stay around another couple of years, just to make sure, Trey heals up a little more and, he's back up to par, why don't you just stick around a couple more years? I'm sure he would feel comfortable with that if the numbers were right,
True. I mean, look what he did with the Patriots. He was a backup quarterback, and he's got a Super Bowl ring, right? So
yeah, exactly.
He gets his money. I don't think he cares.
Exactly. And like you pointed out earlier, I had a Niner. You said that he's got the experience. You know what I'm saying? He came up with Patriots behind one of the greatest quarterbacks you can say pretty much ever now. With 7 Super Bowls to his name, Brady.
He's a go.
Yeah, he's the GOAT. And you learn from a guy like that for a few years, and he knows a lot more. I mean, he's made way more far advanced than Trey is when it comes to reading defenses and stuff like that. Yeah, does he have a little few issues when he's throwing downfield a little accurately, whatever? Yeah, but it's still something he can still work on, hopefully get better at this season, and we'll see. I mean, now that we do know he's 100% healthy. He's not having no more shoulder injury or arm issues. We'll see if it gets better. I hope that Kyle will allow him to throw the ball a little bit more, and he's going to have mistakes. I get it. He's going to maybe have some interceptions, but you know what? That's how all the greats got better, is because you go back and look at their old records. They probably threw a lot of interceptions before they were completing some good ones.
Our O line's giving him a little bit more time in the pocket too this season compared to what I saw last year. So that'll help him out. I mean, just another second and a half will be key for him to succeed this year. So.
That's a good question. Like, Rio, how do you feel about the Niners offensive line? Because we've got Buford out there now and Banks. The center, which is what's the center's name again? Do you remember? I can't remember off the top of my head. Anyway, they're all new. All 3 of them are new.
Yeah,
to me, I think they're doing. From these 2 games so far, I think they're doing a pretty good job, man. I think Buford's doing an excellent job.
I think they're doing an excellent job. I mean, the run game. I wish that Mitchell didn't go out, because then we could have really seen what they're doing. But I had a follow-up question from the previous.
Oh yeah, sure, go for it.
So real quick, I want to drop. I really, really want to know, how far does Jimmy G have to go to stay a Niner? If he takes us, for example, is it the NFC Championship again? Is it taking us to the Super Bowl, or is it you have to win the Super Bowl? And is that enough? Like, what would make the Niners keep Jimmy G? We got Trey, and it felt like it's all about Trey. You guys got to be realistic. There is a very possible chance that the Niners can get back the NFC Championship and maybe make it to the Super Bowl. What happens if that happens with Jimmy G? That I feel like that's a major question, and I don't know how the staff would handle that.
Yeah, that's definitely one of those questions that make you go, hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what? I honestly, I mean, that's a good question. I honestly feel that. I mean, I think if I'm Kyle and John, you know, if he takes us back to the Super Bowl by chance, we get playoffs, get in the Super Bowl again. Um, yeah, I think they would have to really start thinking about, hey, do we let Jimmy go? You know, I think if he brought us back here again, hopefully we should keep him. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that would be insane to imagine somebody going to the Super Bowl and then just being traded, or I mean, just let him
Yeah,
go.
just to let him go, right?
And I don't know, man. This is going to be a crazy year. I would love to see it happen. I want my Niners to win the Super Bowl, so I would love the controversy. Bring it on. But man, that would be really interesting.
Right. Yeah. That's some. Yeah, there's some things you think about. You know, they're going to have to make some decisions here. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, depending on how this season pans out, it's like, yeah, what do we do with Jimmy? Do we try to get something for him? If like, I think it does. I don't know. If the Niners do, let's just say Jimmy gets us into the playoffs, right, and we don't make it Super Bowl or win it, but he does get us successfully to the playoffs. Well, I got to think that the Niners gonna after that season say, well, he got us to the playoffs, so that obviously helps his credentials with other teams, and we know there's other teams that really need quarterbacks, so they might want to give up, maybe some good trade bait for him. I mean, I don't know, as far as draft capital and stuff, but that's something I think the Niners would have to entertain for sure.
By the way, Big Ralph, Big Ralph is in the chat, and he says, "I hope you guys are happy now that you got your boy Jimmy G back." He's been talking. He's been talking a lot of smack,
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
that we traitors. He said we traitors. He said we was all about trade day.
Oh man.
Now we traders.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I wonder how does Bears do last weekend?
oh, they did wonderful, man. They did wonderful against
They win?
they played against their owner, so they gave the owner the game as usual. You
Mm,
know,
mm.
you know.
I mean, but it's every team. If you have your starting quarterback for that season, you're going to back up whatever quarterbacks that they're going to choose, right?
Hmm.
So, it was the area. It's still just the area. He's with our team, so we got to show him love. I mean, if it's Jimmy's time is Jimmy's time.
Right.
As long as we get wins with whatever quarterback we got in, we're all for it.
Yeah.
Hmm. Wow. Yeah. Uh, and I think that was another question you had brought up, Real, that you had said that you said what happens if Jimmy gets hurt? Now I don't want to put that in the universe, but,
Man,
guys, but
we,
we be having some crazy season. I mean, I hope nothing happens to Jimmy. I love Jimmy, but who would be next on the now? They just signed another quarterback,
The
right?
practice. It was,
Named quarterback Ben Kurt. Pretty seasoned guy from the Green Bay Packers. And obviously, I don't know how well he's knows Kyle's offensive system, but you know, do we see Mr. Relevant come in the picture now? Like, or are we at the point where we're just desperate in shambles?
we were just talking about that. I mean, he looked pretty decent in training camp. He's very accurate. I mean, he's not he's not a big guy, but he's very agile. He can run the ball. I mean, he can't
Hey,
throw it very
Russell,
fast,
Russell Wilson ain't a big guy neither, but look what he was able to do.
he's like
I called him.
Mr. Relevant's like the Niner Kyler Murray is what I saw in training camp.
mm,
I mean, he's very agile. They couldn't catch him. So,
Yeah, what I like about the kid is that he does have some dog in him. That's what I really sense from him, and I like the fact how he can extend plays with his feet too, like Trey Lance. But again, seeing him out there on the field against the pros is another story. So that would be very interesting. you know, but I don't know. I think there's gonna be. I pray and hope there's gonna be a special year though for our boy Jimmy, and we at least get our foot in the door in the playoffs. You know what I mean, and see where it takes us. I think with this dynamic defense that we have, man, is just sick, man. I don't know about you guys, man, but tell Noah Funga, man.
Ooh,
Yeah.
man,
Is this brother fire or what?
fire, man.
I think he's gonna be a Pro Bowl by the end of this season, man.
I think so.
Straight up.
I mean, during the Seattle game, I mean, all you hear in the stands is talk about Warner, but it was all Funga the whole game.
Thank you.
He's a beast, man. He's a beast.
You know what? I'm telling you, I watched this kid when he played in USC. He was doing the same stuff, and I always said, man, if the Niners could get their hands on this kid, and then when I found out, I heard they were looking at him, and I was like, oh shoot! I said, they got this boy. He was one of my draft crushes last year, so I was glad that they were able to pick him up. And I didn't expect him to be looking like this, maybe year 3, a little polished and everything. But man, he's looking really good right now. I mean, he's
ready.
He's all over the place. He's so quick off the ball, and his speed is sick.
He's everywhere.
Yeah, I'm like, he's doing like a lot that Williams used to do when he played, nickel, but he's a bigger guy and to me a lot faster, I think. You know what I'm saying? But he's a guy, when I look at him, I go, man, this brother looks like he's been working and studying some tape, because he's so quick on some of them players, like as if he knows the plays before they do. You know what I mean? It's kind of like,
he kind of looks like Navarro Bowman. He reminds me a lot of Navarro.
Yeah. He's in that backfield fast.
It's like he can predict the play before it happens, And that's what Navarro Bowman used to do.
He's a glitch. That's that Madden glitch, man.
Right.
Exactly where to run to almost every play.
Yeah, that kid. I'm telling you, I really think. If he keeps going the way he's going to be a Pro Bowler by the end of the season. Mark my word. I think so.
And you got more on the other side too. Wow.
But the defense, man, are playing lights out. Right now, guys they're fire right now. If they could keep this up and knock on wood, everybody stay good. I think we like ranked number 1. I think right now, or 2. I don't know, 2 maybe.
I know they were ranked 3 before last week's game, but I haven't checked it.
Yeah, I think we might be number 1 right now. I thought I read something somewhere that they said Niners defense was number 1, but
in the NFL or NFC?
NFL.
And it's not Buffalo.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I thought Buffalo perhaps was actually number 1, and that's why I thought maybe we were number 2. But I'm not sure. I'm going to look into it some more. Maybe somebody in the chat knows. Hit us up. Maybe they can post it up there if they know. So we got the game coming up this Sunday, guys. We're playing Denver. Again, we get to see Mr. Russell Wilson. And, when he played with Seattle Seahawks, we all know that he's pretty much have the upper hand on us as the Niners. But, he's not with Seattle anymore. He's not playing with Pete Carroll. So this is a whole new ball game for him out here in Denver. And, how do you feel? What are your expectations this Sunday, man, on facing Denver and with Russell Wilson? Is the game going to be close or maybe a blowout? What do you think?
I think it might be close, but I'm really not too impressed with Denver this year. Mm-hmm. I feel like they're getting off to a slow start, and this is probably a great time for us to get them. We need to get this win because we got to go through the whole NFC West.
Right.
I'm sorry, AFC West.
Yeah.
And that's brutal, man.
Uh-huh.
They got some killers over there. And the way they look at the AFC West is like Denver is the worst out of the 4.
Mm-hmm.
And so what does that say?
Yeah.
So I feel like we could get them. And my only reservation is the fact that Russell Wilson knows us so well. But I'm hoping because it's a different coach, maybe we got a better chance of not having to deal with some of the plays that Pete Carroll used to run on us.
Mm-hmm.
When he had Russell. You see how we did him, with Geno.
Right.
You can't do the same thing with Geno that he did with Russell.
Right.
So let's see if Russell can't do the same thing without Pete Carroll.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So that's what I'm looking at.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what do you think, man. I mean, this big game coming up Sunday. Are we gonna
I
get
think
after
we're
Willie? We get
home
after
out.
Willie?
Yeah, he didn't look too confident when he played against Seattle in Week 1.
He
You know,
didn't.
Wilson's got a whole new offense that he looked a little frustrated in that first game. I didn't get a chance to see any of the highlights from last week's game and stuff, but
Hmm.
he's only averaging 16 points. I think that was the biggest. Did he have 16 last week? Something like that.
You know,
Something very low
I have to look that up because I'm not even sure who they even played.
Yeah, I think he had like one touchdown or something like
And,
that, one touchdown throw. I mean, he's not averaging a lot with the new
mhm.
Denver team. I mean, their defense didn't look too good in against Seattle either. I mean, they were
Yeah,
just handing it to them the whole game pretty much. They were
yeah,
getting
yeah. The
the
Seahawks defense had him down as a marked man. Man, they were these guys were pumped. They were ready for this one. They're ready to get it. But you
yeah,
know what? Hey, Wilson was keeping them in that game, though. You know what I'm saying? If they'd have just, did a couple of smart things like kicking the ball instead of trying to go for them touchdowns on them third down and fourth down, they fumbled right there at the line. I mean, you can't do that. Turn the ball right over twice. They
yeah.
just they would have won that thing. But
But Seattle's
hey,
run game is what I see that won that game.
right,
And what does Kyle Shanahan do? It's all run game, right? That West Coast
yeah,
off.
yeah, exactly,
So I think it's gonna be.
exactly.
I know the faithful are gonna be deep out
Mm-hmm.
there with the Mile High chapter. You know,
Mile
the
high chapter.
Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Denver's offensive line seems to be weak, and I think it'll be easy for our defense to get after Wilson this Sunday personally. So I'm expecting a lot of sacks. I think Wilson's gonna be on a run for his life again, and don't be surprised if Bosa gets another 2 or 3 sacks in this game.
Okay. I think that's a good one.
That's what I'm expecting. Because if our corners man are locking down my boy Moody and Emmanuel man, they're doing their job. And I'm telling Noah man, I mean this brother's is like everywhere.
And it
Man,
looks like they got us
we're
ranked
gonna be
number.
in trouble, man. I'm just
They
mm.
got us ranked number 3 right now.
Oh, we're number
We
3 out of the whole
we got
NFL.
we got Buffalo's number 1, Tampa
Hmm.
Bay number 2. Then we're number
Tampa.
3.
Mm.
Uh,
Okay. Well, yeah. As the season goes along and we start to see these guys play other tougher teams, I'm sure that's going to change a lot. But they probably didn't play. Some of them probably haven't played against some of the better offensive teams in the league yet. But okay, but I think we'd be right up around the top 3 or so. So that's good to hear. But yeah, so we got the big game in Denver coming on Sunday. So what I wanted to do real quick is just to let people know what's going on. If faithful, if you're coming out here to Denver, a lot of events are happening. So I usually like to have Antonio on to talk about it, but he's kind of out and about. He can't quite get locked on here. He post it. If I can get this. We have a line. Oh, yes. Bring that in. Hold on.
I'm gonna turn the light on real quick. I'm like in the dark
Hold on
now.
a second.
Go ahead.
Right now. Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. All right. Denver Invasion happening this weekend. It starts on Friday at 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Everyone's going to be, let me take this third thing down, at Blake's Tavern, downtown Denver. It's going to be a meet and greet party, 5 to 10 p.m. And then Saturday at 11 o'clock to 1 p.m., 49 Invasion will be happening on Saturday at the Hard Rock Cafe. And then later on at 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., everybody will be over at the Tom's Watch Bar. We expect John Taylor to be there. He's going to be signing some autographs, of course, with a free fee. And Jeff Garcia will be there.
Jeff Garcia.
Yeah, Jeff Garcia's going to be in the house, signing some autographs. Then at 2 p.m., we got the tailgate over at Lot C at Empowered Field Stadium in Denver. So they're going to be having a tailgate party over there and until game time, which will be at I think. Well, so I get my time zone mixed up. I think around 6. It's going to be 5 o'clock back there, right?
Yeah, 5 o'clock back this way.
Okay. So, faithful, you're coming in this weekend. This is what's happening. Make sure if you go to my Instagram at 49ers_street_squad, I'll post that again. I'll be posting that a lot just so people will know what's going on, and know where to go. There'll be some other events going on. I know my boy John Chapman, I think he's having a event going on across town. Let me see if I can have that. Let me see here.
And it's the Mile High 10-year anniversary too over there too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's why they're doing it so big out there. It's their 10-year anniversary.
Oh,
Yeah, out there.
Okay.
Tell him I said hello if you run into him.
Yeah, I will. I know Saturday he's got an event going on too. Oh, here it is. 49 Rush Road Trip podcast. He's got a thing going on at Tivoli Brewing Tap House at 900 Auraria Parkway. Anyway, that's on Saturday. It's going to be from 4 to 10 p.m. And guess who's going to be there? He's going to have Navarro Bowman in the house. So that'd be cool. That's going to be cool. So, I guess you go to if you go to 49ersrushroadtrip.com, you probably got more information on his website there. So you can check that out. So there's a lot of things happening, man. Denver is going to be off and popping, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be fun. And just to go over some quick updates. See, they said running back Ty Davis Price has a high ankle sprain, so he's going to be out for a few weeks. Let's see here. Oh, speaking of Navarro Bowman, he was nominated for Pro Football Hall of Fame class of 2023, along with other Niners, including Patrick Willis, Jeff Garcia, Ricky Waters, Anquan Baldwin, Justin Smith, Takeo Spikes, Merton Hanks, Tim McDonald, and somebody else. I can't see the name because Gary Anderson. So let's see what happens. Let's see if we get some more Niners up in the hall, right? Niners had signed veteran running back Marlon Mack from the Colts. So we got a little running back up. So I think he's going to start as the third running back. And I think number 2 this weekend is going to be Mason. I think he'll be our second backup running back. So I'm excited to see this kid.
Did they find Tevin Coleman too to the practice squad or something? This morning?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Tevin Coleman. Yep, running back Tevin Coleman. He got signed to the practice squad, so he's back. Right, old Niner. And they also signed veteran quarterback Kurt Benkert to the practice squad. He came from Green Bay Packers. So, Niners doing what they got to do to make sure we stay sufficient, this season because, could get rough again. We pray we don't lose anybody. We don't want to lose anybody else. But, got to be prepared. Let me see. Also tight end George Kittle, groin injury. They said that he has been practicing, but on a limited basis. So it would be nice to see George Kittle get back there on the field now that Jimmy's back. Them two have a good chemistry together, so that would be a plus. And again, Kyle Shanahan does say that Trey Lance, regardless, he will be shut down for the rest of the year. He is not coming back, even if he is ready to go for Week 14. But not going to happen, according to him. So,
I mean, not right now. You never know.
Yeah, things change. You're right. You never know what to expect. Okay. So I had the night I want to talk to you, man. I got to ask you a question. So what influenced you and got you into rapping? Like, when did you realize that you had that gift to rap?
So actually, my boy Dale G, I don't know if you know him or not. He's from the East Coast. He's from Virginia. He's the one who actually got me into rapping.
Oh, really?
He reached out to me about a little over a year ago, and was telling me about his Niners Forever album. And there's a lot of people that told him that I knew everybody pretty much in the Niner world that were on that. The West Coast. He reached out to me and asked me, like, hey, do you know who, Jose Santana and all these other Niner rappers are? And I actually had a long playlist, like, I don't know, 100 songs, like, that I've been listening to forever. So I reached out to a couple of these guys, like Santana, Travis King, and I was able to get a few of them on his album. and he was like so juiced about this album, and he goes, "There's one thing I need you on it." And I said, "Well, fuck, I don't rap. Like I haven't rapped since high school." And he goes, "You know what? Don't knock it till you try it." So I reached out to DJ Maniacal, which is actually Travis King's roommate, and they ended up getting me in contact with Ryan Palma, who actually does the producing and mixing and mastering for Travis King's music.
Okay.
And I got in good with him. Did a verse for him on a song called "Raised Up" that you heard on Saturday at the meet and greet. That was the first time you did it.
Yeah.
He still hasn't released it yet, but it's coming soon. It's been a year later. And
Right.
he told me I looked pretty good on it, and he goes, "You sound good. Like you should do your own music." And I was like, "All right, well now that I got, the guy in the studio, now I just need a beat." And DJ Maniacal was able to help me get in touch with a couple producers now.
Oh wow.
The rest is history.
Maniacal got the hookup, huh?
One after another. I came out with that Bleed Red and Gold last year, and and then this off season, I came out with another 5-6 songs that are out now. I just released one called "Forever Faithful to the Bay" with 49er Dude and Dave Canal about 2 weeks ago, and I'm actually getting back in the studio on Monday to finish one up called "Rise to the Top." And that one, I'll be on that one, and then I just got Dame Madden. He's going to be recording his verse sometime this week, either Friday or Saturday. And then I'll go back, finish it on Monday, and hopefully release it by the end of the month this year. And there's quite a few people asking me, like, "Are you going to release an album?" But I'm just coming out with them as I go,
Right.
I like it, I'll reach out, and, the rest is history. So now I got quite a few out there.
Oh, man. Because I'm telling you, man, you be hitting it good, and I got to tell you, when I'm working out and stuff, doing my workouts, I got your jams playing, bro.
Yeah.
If I was back in my studio, I could have probably popped some of them on here, but Nine Empire, man, I'm rocking that one, and then I also let's see, who was the other one here?
Where can I find you? Can I find you on iTunes? I mean,
tell everybody
Apple
where they can
Music,
find you.
Apple Music, I mean.
I'm on all music platforms actually. So if you just go to Eye of the Niner, I'm on Spotify, Tidal. I go through a distribution company, and they put me everywhere. I'm on Facebook Story, Instagram Story. So just type in Eye of the Niner, and all the songs should come up. And your workout, you're talking about probably All Gas No Brakes. That one.
All Gas No Brakes. There you go. I was just gonna say that.
We just recorded the music video this weekend. Thursday we recorded in a warehouse in Hayward, and then we recorded at the tailgate. That was the first time, performing that in Blue Lot. So we recorded the rest of that one right there. So that will be out in a couple weeks, official music video. Right there.
No Brakes. I didn't know that, boy. When I first heard you was at the cookout over there in San Jose one night. I was like, oh man, check my boy out. All Gas No Brakes. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. I'm starting to get into a little bit more fast beats because you hear a lot of. Oh, there you go. Go ahead.
You got it. Oh, Rio, you got to jam that, man. But that's Eye of the Niner. Yeah.
All gas, no brakes, red and gold, Empire, hit the throttle, push the six, play off out, nothing finer, Niners win, faithful, San Francisco, let's go, season starting, Trey Lance, underrated, Super Bowl.
There you go. Starting off Trey Lance.
I meant to have some of your videos ready, man, but I was coming out here and I had so much going on. I kind of wanted to play it before the show. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Faithful, hook him, man. Look him up, man. He's on all the platforms. You can get him on iTunes and Amazon Music, man. Help support my brother, man. Eye of the Niner. He's doing big, and you're gonna probably have, like you said, more rap, songs that you're working on coming out in the future. So, man, I just want to tell you, man, I really appreciate you, man. I always, I just love. This is why I love. I always say this, but I love so much about the 49er Faithful, man, because we have such a talented bunch of fans. I mean, we're not just faithful fans. Yeah, we're at games and party, hardy, whatever. But, man, you see all these guys coming out. They got their talents, whether it be in rap music, and doing these Niner anthem songs. And then you got people that, coming out with their cool apparel, and stuff, which I know you have some of that too. You got your flags and everything and towels, Matter of fact, talk about your where people can reach you. I think on Instagram,
So that's my 49er Aztec clothing brand. It's called Forever Faithful Azteca that I started about 2 years ago and thought about it for about 5 years and then finally released it. So it's an Aztec 49er clothing brand, and I'm on Instagram and Facebook only, Forever Faithful Azteca. Shirts, hats, bandanas, hoodies, you name it. I probably came out with it so far, and that's what really got my name out there was having that clothing brand. And so,
There you go. There you go, man. Yeah, man. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. So yeah, check them out, man. At Forever Faithful Azteca. Why, yeah, on
yeah,
Instagram, man. And man, brother, just keep doing your thing. 49 Faithful love and appreciate your work, Brett, man. And you're doing big things, man. And it's always exciting. Like I said, it's just always I'm getting a phone call. I gotta mute the phone here right now. Spam call.
if I can I throw out the music performances I got coming pretty soon here?
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Shoot. I'm gonna give you the floor again. I'm gonna give you the floor again. Tell them.
Okay, so October 3rd, Monday night game. I'll be at Empire Row at Levi Stadium with 408 South Bay swag. That's why I had to represent for my boys right here.
Yeah, 408 Swag in the house. What's up? Representing.
Green Lot 1, Full 20. That's the big tailgate
Rudy and the boys. Yeah.
I had over there. So they welcomed me to perform. I heard there might be a couple others. I can't say names until they're verified yet, but I'll be there for Monday night. And then I'll also be performing in Atlanta for the Atlanta takeover. Booked our trip there.
Ooh, you going to Atlanta too?
Yeah, the day after the season, dates came out. We booked it. So Del G, he's running the show there for the Spartans, Spartan Niner Empire over there. It's their 10-year anniversary also in Atlanta. So we're gonna do a big. I know Dave Canal's going out there. My boy Dave Madden. You got Young Committed twice. Some of those East Coast 49 rappers will be out there. So yeah, they're gonna do a big in Atlanta too. So we'll be out there too.
Man, it's gonna be exciting. I can't wait to get out there in Atlanta. Yep, there you go. 408 Swag. That's right, man. Shoot, it's happening. It's happening. It's man, guys. Atlanta's still a few weeks away. Because we got North Carolina before that, then Atlanta. But man, Faithful's gonna be out there in Atlanta. I know there's some big things planned, like you said, and we're gonna look forward to that. And is there anything else that you want to put out there?
No, I think that we're good. So the Atlanta Takeover, they actually have a website. I think it's Atlanta Takeover 2022.com. I think is their website for the Atlanta Takeover. And
I know I have actually. I know I have something on that I saw that they posted, but I didn't upload it to the thing so you guys can see it. But but when the time comes, I definitely will be pushing that and posting that on the show so everybody knows. Because we want all the faithful to be able to know where the gathering's at, the meet and greets, where the party's at, you know what I'm saying, where you're performing at, and everybody else that's performing, we want to make sure everybody's locked in. So that'll be good.
Yeah, I'll send you all the info when I get a chance. I know that they had a Facebook page that they dedicated for this Atlanta takeover like 5 months ago. So, I mean, it's got a good following right there. So.
All right. So, guys, listen, we coming up on our hour, man. I want to thank you guys so much for being on. And before we do go, I had a little special announcement because I kind of put it out there, and but I'm not 100% sure yet. But there's a big chance, big chance that your boy Chili will be able to surprise the faithful with a pair of tickets to that Monday Night Football game at Levi against the Los Angeles Rams. So I'm going to give you a raffle. I might have to do another 49er raffle ticket giveaway, which will be the next. Let's see. Be next Wednesday, as a matter of fact, because game's the next following Monday.
Yeah.
So guys, just look out for that, man. I'll post it on my Instagram again at 49ers_street_squad. You can look it up there. I always post.
Give me a heads up, man. Give me a heads up so I can spread the news, man. Give me some time.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely will. I'll put. Oh, jeez, come on. See, there it goes. Okay, yeah. Instagram. Just follow me right there. I'm gonna post it again. Going to be raffling off maybe maybe I gotta check with my management team and everybody. Make sure we good. Hopefully we'll have some tickets to raffle off for that Monday night football game. So that's gonna be my surprise, and hopefully make that happen. I'll talk to my assistant manager, not the Globes in the building. But hey, guys, again, appreciate your time. This year's right there. See, bounce around getting her phone and stuff. But we're gonna let me see. We're gonna go ahead and wrap things up, man. So I, the Niner man, again appreciate you taking time from your family and your whatever you're doing today, to be on with us in the show, man. I appreciate that so much. And of course, Niner Rio, I can't thank you enough, brother, man. You always show that love, faithful love, man. And I'm gonna check into your show too, man. I want to watch some of your show, especially now I'm out here. I got some time. I'm gonna check your Ballers Club Life out on YouTube, man. Make sure y'all check them out on Ballers Club Life, man. Matter of fact, we'll tell them about it real quick, man. Tell Faithful that what you got going on the side there.
So real quick, we all about business. The show on Ballers Club Life is called Getting Down to Business. So we help people with putting together their LLCs, helping them with business credit, helping them with everything, man. It's it's just overall building a solid core and taking yourself to the next level, taking your business to the next level, man. I'm a beast. I'm out there, and we got big things planned for Vegas. So you're gonna hear a lot about it.
Losing you. Might be losing. Yeah, I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi that's going down or what, but
could you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, it started getting a little spotty on me. But again, I don't know if it's the Wi-Fi here or if it's the connection. But you know what though? We're gonna talk about it more. We'll talk about it more next Wednesday. Hopefully we can do this raffle giveaway, man. But Faithful, look forward to seeing you out here this weekend in Denver, man. I know you guys will be coming in on Friday, Saturday. If you see my big head out there, make sure you give me a shout out. Chili, well, what's up? I'll be in the building, man. It's gonna be fun. Thanks again, guys. And remember, Faithful is not how you start, it's how you finish, man. Our Niners going to go in here and take care of some Willie-style business on Sunday Night Football, baby. It's going to be fun.
Thank you for having me on,
guys.
Appreciate you.
Hey, man, thank you for being here. The Niner in the house. Make sure you check out his music on YouTube and every single other music platform there is. It's real fun music, man. You're going to love it, man. And I'm telling you, guys, thank you so much.
All gas, no brakes, ready, go, Empire, hit the throttle, quest for six, play on bound, nothing finer, Niners win, fake pull, San Francisco, let's go, season starting, Trey Lance, underrated, Super Bowl, Trey spot game, always top, like a beast, never gets dropped, and then phones up, straight one set, full speed ahead, hand beat
Love y'all, love you, Faithful. Skill tactics, Denver, man. Get out of here.
run up the middle, stone cold kill, offensive attack, send it you.